can't hear myself, so it's doing a good job of.
I can use my old headphones. That's fine.
Normally, I can hear myself. So actually, this is pretty good. I think your headphones are worse.
Let's see.
Check.
Let's
1 2.
see.
Mic check 1 2.
Is it worse?
Let me put my other earphone in so I can get the full immersion.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Okay.
Check 1 2.
Well, that is quite close to your.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just checking if I could hear the echo. Oh yeah.
I'm having some tonic lime coffee.
Tonic lime coffee. That sounds incredible.
So it's lime, tonic water, and coffee and ice.
You're quite fancy when it comes to
drinking. Well, you know,
I just drink sparkling water. My diet mostly consists of sparkling water, coffee, and beer. That's pretty much it. That's the only liquids I drink. And I think
sounds
two of
German
them,
to me. That's kind of funny.
Two of them are healthy.
Yeah, the coffee and the beer are healthy.
Yeah. Speaking of immersion, I really want the Vision Pro. Oh, that's what we could talk about. Is Turner's coming into Apple?
Oh yeah,
new CEO. But yeah, I kind of really want the Apple headset. You know, like my monitor is on its way out. The USB-C input doesn't work, and I don't know. I just love the idea of I love minimalism, and there's something about just whacking on a headset with a laptop will make me really happy. There's something I really like as well about just working on a laptop, hunched over like a little goblin, coding away. There's just something and I think I said this in the last week's episode. I really like sitting on a laptop, whereas I know it's better for me. I don't know whether we can even demonstrate this, but it's better for me. Maybe we can actually. Maybe you can see my office with a bit of help from Continuity Cam.
Oh yeah.
I can't really.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the closest.
I can't. It's mirrored for me as well, so it's really hard. So this is the thing, right? Let's try and do it. There's my camera,
and you have one monitor,
and I have one monitor. There's my OpenClaw going off. Oh, don't look at the environment variables. And then down there, I've got my iPad, which I listen to music on and whatever. So anyway, this I've forgotten why I'm even showing. Sorry, it should be here. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but basically, it's better for my posture that I'm sat up straight. Like
you know what's better for your posture? What I've been doing this week with my laptop in the garden, Claude Code, and while Claude is working, I'm actually touching grass, like actually.
That's
like I was doing gardens.
That's good.
So, yeah,
that's good. All that to be said, I like I like working on my laptop, and I would like a Vision Pro.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, you talked about it because you started talking about Apple and Turner's becoming the new CEO. But you know what? I've heard. Like I watched a bunch of videos about him, read a few articles. Vision Pro apparently is not his favorite.
I heard. No, I've heard the same thing. I think I've heard something is not his favorite. He was very against it.
Yeah, I think he was not.
Maybe it was Cold Fusion's video. Maybe we both watched.
Could be Cold Fusion or yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it because I remember when what's his face, Tim Cook first came in, and it was like, oh, he's a supply chain guy, and he's probably going to really make. Do you know what? No one ever recorded me say this, but I hit the nail on the head when he first came into it. I was like, he's a supply chain guy. He'll make Apple's lineup really efficient, and he will like reuse stuff, and stuff won't die for a long time. Mate, I fucking said that, and I was like 20 odd years old, whatever it was.
MacBook Neo. I think that one is, by the way, his favorite. So Turnus, yeah, and as you said, like they are reusing the chips.
Yeah, but the I saw Marquez Brownlee's video, and he, he compared an interview with Tim Cook versus an interview with John Turnus, and he was
Yeah,
like, Tim Cook was like, the magic mouse, and couldn't really remember the
yeah,
magic mouse or whatever,
yeah,
and kind of just made some shit up on the
yeah,
spot, and it was really awkward. But then he just nerded out for like an hour with John Turnus about
yeah.
like materials and this and that, and I've seen like the iPhone before John Turnus. I don't think this is a John Turnus thing, but people have drawn parallels. The iPhone's insides before John Turnus, and then what the insides look like now since John Turnus. This everything was like like clear plastic tape over stuff, and the classic side like green chips and things like that. And now it's all black and sexy, and
Well, I know actually for fact for fact that Steve Jobs was also really picky about this, even with
exactly.
when they did before prior to iPhone, they were like for the design of the Mac, the insides, like the hardware, he was picky, and he was famously like talking to engineers to make the inside beautiful, even though it was kind of like there is no point to it, but it's kind of like the philosophy of the company.
Kind of
But
like the iMac was born to be
yeah,
clear, so you can see the innards. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
And they had another Mac where they had a handle, and I think that was Johnny Ives' thing. And they had a handle on it, and it wasn't a portable device. It wasn't a laptop, but the idea with the handle was added to make the computer less scary. So it's like something that you can actually touch, which is really, really smart when you think about it. Like designers
Yeah.
shape our perception by like adding these like seemingly useless details, like a handle for a Mac that you will never use, but the job is to scare you less. But
And
all the
and well, I was going to bring it into the AI sphere, and we've mentioned a few times about like the fact that co-work could not have existed like at the beginning, and Clicky, which we'll talk about today, could not have existed. People would have been scared to death if that came out, even though it was probably possible.
well, it did with Microsoft. They had what is it called?
Clippy.
Recall? No, Recall.
Oh, yes.
People were like going crazy about it.
Sure.
An
And
AI that does
everyone's been
screenshots.
scary at
Yeah,
every stage of AI. I think people were just scared of Microsoft. I watched this. There's an
rightfully
Instagram
so.
account, which it's someone playing a video game, so the attention thing. But it's Peter Griffin, Stewie, and Brian having a conversation, really technical conversations about stuff.
Yeah, I love that
Have you
meme.
seen
It's
this?
a series. It's a
Yeah,
series.
yeah, oh yeah. There's loads of them, and they're talking about how Microsoft literally does that anyway. Basically, does that anyway. It shares every single image that's ever, when you visit a website, ever has been downloaded onto your computer and then actually sent off. And it's like a thing that Windows laptops do, and you've
That's
got to
crazy.
like you've got to turn all this, that, and the other off. Like I just think Windows is just an awful system.
Yeah,
We're
it
saying
is.
this, and then it comes out that Apple have been doing some awful shit for years and
No, they've
years.
been
But,
like when it comes to privacy, they've been actually the one of the reasons they are so shit with AI is because of their privacy stance. But what you mentioned reminds me of something that we don't have on our list of news. Have you
yeah.
heard of what Mark is doing? Our favorite Zuckerberg.
No.
So there's a new company policy, not in Europe. One of those instances where Europe, being in Europe, is an advantage. With this new company policy, he literally watches every single click the employer like everything the employees are doing, everything on their computer, like the designers, the engineers, literally like Microsoft Recall for company wide, and you cannot opt out.
So
Like he's
training
yes,
is
so
it for
he's
training llama?
it's their llama arguably is very hungry. And they're feeding their own staff information to it. Well,
Interesting.
starting, and you cannot opt out. That's quite scary. and
Mm.
and this is like where, we don't know for sure, but they laid off a few thousand employees not long time ago, and there are rumors, like people are saying that they did that maybe because they wanted to do this and scare people. So if you're not happy and you want to leave, we are not scared of laying you off.
Interesting. There's two. I mean, yes, of course, but there's another. It's another interesting thing about that is obviously we spoke about it last week with OpenAI and the language around GPT 5.5 being very similar to Opus 4.7, and this is the workforce. It's about get actually doing real work. And I was even thinking about this today about the fact that what was I looking at? Oh, I was watching a music video. And some people in the comments said, thanks for not using AI. I won't tell you the name of this band, and I won't tell you the name of this. Actually, I can tell. What? No, I can maybe tell you the name. They're like a metal, like a band sort
Yeah.
of thing. Maybe I can say it because it is quite funny. I sent my mate it actually. Here we go. Come Beast and their song Spermafrost. So obviously there's very whatever, but their music is serious. Like their music is like whatever. Anyway, that's beside the point. God knows why I was listening to Cum Beast, but so there someone in the comments was like, "Thanks for not using AI." And I think I dove into a little bit further down the comments, and I've even forgotten why I'm telling the story. I was completely thrown off by the name again, even though I knew
Yeah.
it was doing this. I think it was something to do with creatives being very. Oh yes, is that people are, I don't know. I mean, you might actually disagree, given what you've just come to me with, "come" being the key word there. The people aren't doing creative things with AI. I think that will die doing creative things. And what I mean by that is pointless creative things. Like I think people now look, it's really to underpin all this. Everyone's doing things with AI, like doing real things with AI, rather than just being like, oh, I can make a funny video or I can make a silly image. I mean, obviously we're all going to do that, but that's not like artists. Even we spoke about that band, people like musicians and things, they'll use AI to make them better. Like we'll get bored of shit. People just AI slop. We'll get bored of it. People just lazily just
Yeah.
creating every single asset of every single scene of every single everything. That will just become boring. That I think that will go away, but people will use AI to do things,
Yeah.
and I think we're already seeing that transition. Does that now mean because Llama's still trying to find its way. They've left the open source thing, and we'll talk about open source later on, but they've left the open source bandwagon. OpenAI left the open source bandwagon because there's no money in it. Llama's trying to find its way. Is this them thinking, right, we need to be really good at working AI, like an AI that does real work? And what better way to learn from people doing real work in their own company? So
Yeah.
could they just explode onto the scene with this co-work competitor to what Anthropic have been doing for a long time? Do you know what I mean? Focusing on the
Yeah.
workforce. How do we build a tool that's good for the workforce? Who the
Yeah.
fuck knows? But that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite things that I heard this week, I don't recall it exactly where from, but it was something along the lines: is AI becoming a thing that we will just call technology?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
like right now it has this, thing to it, especially like because of how these companies are trying to sell it as AGI,
Mm.
which as time goes on we are getting to a point where it seems less and less likely to be that like actually like super intelligent AGI that we were promised, and it's just becoming technology.
Yeah,
Like
it's the baseline.
it's becoming the baseline, and this is what I want to tell like people in my team and people around me. Like you cannot not use AI. It's
Can't afford,
becoming
yeah.
like just internet.
Doesn't mean, and it doesn't mean to say that yes, you'll have your moment of getting really excited of doing everything with AI. Yeah, that's cool, but you'll settle into a routine where it actually just is, you know. Again, going back to Cumbeast's video, they might have used AI for that video, but they might have used it for the ideation, or they might have used it for the scene generation, or something like that. But ultimately, it's a 3D kind of video. Looks like shit 3D, but don't rule out the fact that they might have used AI in some capacity. Maybe it was to draft an email to their production company to say, "Hey, we've got this music video. Can you sign it off for us?"
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I saw a video. I don't know what it
Was
was,
it by a
but
band called Cumbeast?
no, fortunately not. But this is your brain when you watch, like when you just doom scroll and you don't remember what you watched. But I know I watched a video. It was made with AI, and it was clear that it is AI, but it was just very creative. And people were saying like, this is good. And at the end of the day, it becomes a little bit philosophical. So I'll just point to it, but we won't go deep in it. I was talking to my philosopher friend about art, and art having two sides. One side is when you create art, by definition, art is, you as a human expressing yourself, right? So that could be the Combeast making
I
a
won't
music
rule it out
video.
from such a creative force such as
It is
Cumbeast.
it is it is their expression as human, but there is another side that nobody talks about, and that is the side that consumes it. When you
Yeah,
consume art,
yeah,
you are experiencing that
Cumbeast.
thing that somebody else has expressed as human. So that is also up to you how you consume that and how you experience that expression. So art having two sides. Anyway, so
Yeah,
it's interesting things to think about while Claude Code is working and you are doing something in the garden.
yeah,
That's been
yeah.
I want to. Yeah, do you have something to say, or do
No,
you want to just tell me? Would you be fine with Mark Zuckerberg literally looking over your shoulder when you click, like anything on anything you do?
I mean,
Maybe
I've got nothing to hide, right? And if I'm
you don't
doing
go on
work,
PH while
I
doing.
would try and confirm, like, is this going to be used against my performance? You know,
No, they
and
are
that
training the
exactly. If
AI
it's
with
just for
it.
training, then yeah, fine, whatever. But if it's if they, I'll get them to sign something or have in writing that nothing they find will be used under any sort of
Against you.
performance
I don't
against
think
me.
that's a thing. I don't think they will use it absolutely against you. If they
Yeah, but
if they
if there's any evidence, if they would need to prove it by some other means. They
Yeah,
would need
the
to
proof is I know what you are saying, but they will just use that as the proof.
yeah, and then I'll sue them. I'll be like, Mark, fuck you. I know some people who work at Meta, so I'd be interested to know what they say about this.
In Europe or in the
In
US?
in London here. Yeah.
So that's technically not EU.
Oh,
So
so hang on. Is it so? It's
they
only in
are not
EU
allowed
or
to
it's not?
do it. So they are not allowed to do it in EU. No company is
Interesting.
allowed to do that to their employees in EU. You
Crazy.
cannot mass surveillance your employees
Yeah, yeah.
in the EU. But you
We
guys,
totally are though. We
you
totally are.
voted out.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm sure, like to some degree, like they are. Like that's an
Yeah.
obvious thing. But like, performance metrics, they are by definition like monitoring. You have to monitor. But
Yeah,
anyway,
even though like that's not allowed in the EU, but tons
Mm.
of EU companies use Microsoft Teams, and Microsoft Teams allows the
Mm.
the boss to see to some extent what the users like. It's crazy. I mean, I haven't worked for a company in a long time. I'm sure you haven't either. But there are like apps where people use to jiggle their mouse.
Oh yeah, my mate's got one. You plug it in USB, and it's called a mouse jiggler, and it just
Yeah, it's
jiggles his mouse.
crazy.
Yeah,
Just to show that you're
yeah.
not
Cost him like
napping.
20 quid, and he says it's paid him dividends because he'll be off in the garden doing this, that, and the other. I
That's
won't say his
crazy.
name.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like very proud of the mouse jiggler just to keep his laptop open while he's off doing
Well, this mouse jiggler cannot consume tokens because soon the performance will be how many tokens you
well,
are
the
consuming.
industry that he works in, they're not
Okay.
they're yeah, they are. The industry that he works in is healthcare, and I've recently had an experience of healthcare where my mum needed to display something on her website. It was a little widget, and I put it on the website, and it was like it kept appearing like at the bottom of the page. I was like, what is going on? So I emailed them, didn't get a response for a long time, but I literally had to dig into the code that made up this widget, and I found how it was positioning itself, and then I had to work out why it was positioning. Anyway, they built it like, they couldn't even build something that was, I mean, bearing in mind I have a very unique use case, but they built it in a way that just so happened to break how modern technology is thought and how modern technology works. They broke it. So healthcare are rubbish at technology, let alone using fucking AI. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah,
More software to be written.
more software.
Speaking of which, I'm making an app every single week.
Yeah,
Like,
mate, multiple.
yeah, multiple.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me show you this one. This is kind of like the most. It's not useless, but it's the most like AI brained app so far.
Is it a prompt to write a prompt? Is it like an AI to write a prompt?
It's an app for my dad.
Oh, okay.
But not for him to use, for me to use to help him. So my dad has to learn German. Well, he has been trying, but he never got a course, and now he got a course. Let me not rant about that. Anyway, he got a course, and then he did a test. He did a test this Monday, and they told him, look, you can read and write, but it's a bit too slow for the course. So on the way back home, I talked to Claude Dispatch and be like, write me an app where I can print out like exercises for my dad so he can practice his writing and reading. And that's this app. So I have like different, as you see, I have like different fonts. I have like different settings. I have these lines, and the content itself is AI generated, and it's in German, but it is something that is kind of like relevant to what he does or what he would be interested in.
So he's got to print this out or something, is he?
Yeah. So I print this out. I actually have an example.
Amazing.
So I could do this in Word, but I don't feel like fiddling with Word. And I don't I don't want to use Microsoft Word. So I just made my app that it works. And I even added I need to connect Gemini API to it to write the content. So I know it's a specific use case.
That's
and
exactly
I will
what
put
it's for.
I will put it live I will probably share it with a few friends who probably need it for their kids or their parents, whoever who needs to
Only kids
practice.
or only parents. If they're a pet, auntie, uncle, no. Only
Well, but
parents and kids.
It's kind of like very AI brained that you could do this in any other software.
It's very good. It's very good. Let me tell you what I've built. I'm very excited about this. So over on my OpenClaw laptop, which you saw earlier.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
It's a dashboard.
It's a dashboard. It's a dashboard.
For what?
That, my friends. This, my friends, is my AI trader. This is trading for me, crypto 24/7, 365. It's is going. And what
losing
it's doing,
$100 an hour.
well, no, here we go. So here it is. It's none of it's real money, but it's based on real stocks and shares. Every 30 seconds, it's reading the stocks and shares, and it's written itself a strategy, whether it should buy or whether it should sell or hold.
Isn't it called prop trading or something like this?
This is called that's called paper trading when it's fake.
Oh, okay.
But it's looking at crypto. It's looking at crypto, so it's buying and selling on crypto. And then every single day, using routines, Claude comes in and looks at what's happened over the last 24 hours and decides whether we should adjust something or anything it notices or whatever. Okay. And then tweaks some of the settings. And then every week, Claude comes in and says, how is this strategy performing overall? And should we change the strategy or do anything with the strategy? Mm-hmm. So you've got these micro adjustments that are happening every day, but then broad things are happening every week. And it's just running. And if I can find a strategy that works with fake money, then I'm just going to turn it on, put it into a real trading platform and just let it earn me money. I've essentially built an index fund that just automatically buys and sells based on what's doing well, what's not doing well.
Interesting. Tell it to watch Billions.
Billions? What's Billions?
It's a series called Billions. One of my favorite series, one of the most underrated series. It's a really good one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like Suits. You know Suits?
I know.
So
I know Suits.
I think Billions is better than Suits. Here I said it. Yeah.
Well, put it this way: I'm £8.54 in the green right now. I started with £1,000, and it's earned me £8 in 3 days.
Okay.
So we'll see. And then like I say, Claude will come in and it will assess the strategy and then rewrite the code. So it's self-improving. It's just going to improve itself.
Interesting.
And yeah, if we can find a strategy that works, then I'll flip the switch. But I can see it just churning away there, doing stuff, and then it reports to me like every day. And and yesterday it was like it's still too early to tell. Today's was like this is kind of working. Whatever didn't change anything. But the fact that it has access to the code means that again it can just write the code that changes the overall strategy. Right now it's using Bollinger strategy or something like that. I don't know, where you sell when it gets too low and you buy when it gets too high, or vice versa. You sell when it's high, you buy when it's low, sort of thing, and you just buy and sell based on that. It might look at it and say, because I'm only trading in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana right now, it might say let's broaden our reach a little bit. Let's move on to a different strategy, because I know people are using snipe strategy. They're leveraging the delay between two platforms to say this platform knows about the price before this platform, to quickly buy in that one or sell in that one.
Interesting. So is it like it has access to the internet and it can look up news, right?
I mean, it's not, but I could do that if I wanted.
Because are these assets not heavily priced based on whatever is happening?
I mean, that would be very advanced, and maybe I can build that in, and maybe in time it will
give it access so it can gather internal information. What's it called?
Insider trading.
Inside doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's plenty of stuff you can do. Like technical analysis is a term where you look for signs in the graphs. You say, well, certain things are happening. It's like, right, you can kind of predict to some certainty. I mean, there's never any certainty, but some level of certainty what's going to happen, and you do it based on that. So let's see. I'll update you, and I'm literally it's just going 24/7. I'm just leaving it do its thing, and we'll we'll see where it goes. But
Yeah.
here's I'll leave on this, right? I wrote a tweet about it. I was like, I knew you could kind of do this, but it was kind of like, oh, like my brain just cannot take any more information right now. And I was like, I can't learn a new thing. But then I just sat down and did it. And I realized that actually it's really easy. Like my brain could piece it together very, very quickly. I was like thinking it was much more advanced because of the way that crypto, the way that AI bros talk about it. Because AI bros, most of them weren't in tech before AI came out. They weren't building apps before AI came about. So to them, when they talk about this trading bot that's like doing automatic trading for me, to them it's fucking magic that they've even produced a dashboard. That's exciting to them. Like that's already blown their minds, let alone adding the AI aspect to it. So I'm not sure if I'm explaining clearly, but it's like this curse of knowledge that I have where actually a lot of this stuff is really fucking simple. You add just a little bit of an AI touch to something that already works, a website, which I can already do. And I learned it, and I was like, I literally watched like 5 minutes of video. I was like, hang on, it's just an app. It's just an app that sends off the current stats to the AI. Anyway, interesting kind of phenomenon of like, wow, these people, like, I mean, it's brilliant. I don't want to take away from the fact that it is absolutely amazing that these people who were not involved in tech can now suddenly build themselves an AI trading bot. But I shouldn't get too caught up in how fucking excited they are and like how amazing this is and all the rest of it, because it's like it's never as complicated as they unintentionally make it seem, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably get on with the news because we've touched on a few things already that I think we're going to worm their way into the news.
Let's not drag it so like too long. So,
oops.
We'll do them quickly, okay?
Okay, we'll do them quickly. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do them quickly. So, yeah. All right. So this week we have GPT 1.5 real time. Stripe is becoming a bank? Question mark. Warp has become open source. Amazing news. You can control Figjam, not just Figma, but also Figjam directly from your Claude. We will show how you can do that. Webflow launched its AI components. We'll show you that as well. And we'll show you Clicky, an AI assistant that works alongside you. All of this and more in today's episode. Actually, not more. All of that.
That's all you're getting.
In today's episode, this is Command AI. I'm Kawarza.
I'm Sam, and this is a week in AI, design, and dev or web, both.
Web dev.
Web dev. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So should we start with Clicky?
Let's start with Clicky, and I've lost all my windows, so let's get the windows back. This is fresh. This is very fresh. The account only has has only a few thousand followers, but like this is so bloody well new. Man, I'm like I need to. My screen is like zoomed in because I need to show you. I need to share my screen for this. So if I share my entire screen, will this? Okay, cool. Apparently I can share audio, but we'll see. But oh god. So this is Clicky, and it's by a guy called, if we go back here, by a guy called Faza. And I saw this video somewhere. And it's a really interesting way to do things. Like first of all, Clicky is a personal assistant that follows you around on your screen and does what you ask it to. And it's a really interesting way to use AI. Like I've not seen anything really quite like it. You can kind of see what's going on here, where it's kind of, you see this blue mouse and it's kind of following you around, and you can just talk to it and get it to do things based on what you're seeing on your screen. Now, one of the things that really caught me about this app is actually, I've got applications here, is the onboarding experience. And I'm hoping audio will be seen right now, but we're going to just open it for the first time. Okay, that doesn't look that good. It's kind of working. Install and relaunch. Let's see what happens here. That's annoying because I fucking deleted this app in order to show you the onboarding experience, but it's clearly not doing its thing. Let's try that again because it's quite good. Okay,
we have a comment.
Go on.
Oddly sounds like Microsoft's Clippy.
Yeah, well, I kept on so much of my, like, I was trying to get this working and this and that and the other, and I kept on typing Clippy to find the things that I want to find and whatever. Okay, right. Clippy is an app. This is a shame. You know that? Maybe
it's cached or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you're logged in, so
let's try log out. I'm going to try this one more time, then we're just going to go back to the video because it's
log out and then delete.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But yeah, you could give your Claude dangerously skip permissions and then tell it to remove the cache from Clicky.
Well, that's what my app just did. I don't know if you saw that, but that's what my app just did. Okay, right. Here we go. Logged out. Start again. Let's do... Oh, God. This is not... All right, I'm not going to dox myself, guys. So I'm just going to minimize my screen for a second whilst I do that. And then show my screen real quick.
And is it free?
So it's free.
For the start, yeah. Probably.
Okay. Heading back to Clicky, close this tab. Clicky, yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, annoyingly. Okay. Well, you can already see what's kind of going on here. That's embarrassing. Let's watch the video.
It seems like an actual person who's like talking about AI and maybe... Hey everyone, so this is the new version of Clicky. It's the simplest interface in the world for you to interact with the models and actually spawn agents. So check this out. I can literally just be here on my computer and I can just tell Clicky, hey Clicky agent, can you clean up these screenshots on my desktop? It's just looking really cluttered. And this is a really simple use case. We can see Clicky just created a new version of himself and went off to actually spawn an agent to go do that work, which is cleaning my desktop. And what's cool is I can also hover this thing. I can see what it's doing. And I had just spawned an agent with just my voice. And just like that, it cleaned up my desktop. And I can pretty much spawn an agent for anything. So I want to show you also another one, which is really cool, which is that Clicky can actually interact with native Apple apps. So I can say, hey, Clicky agent, can you set a reminder for me for tomorrow at 9 p.m. to get dinner with Sharif at Pakwan? And that's it. And it's going to go off. And it's going to actually go in the background, interact with my native Mac apps, and just go do that task for me. I want to show you some other examples here.
Let's pause it there.
Really cool. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, so, I like that.
So I had this, right? So I've got Clicky, not Clippy. I paid for it. And I'm just going to install and relaunch just because I don't want it to mess up on me now. If I hit Control on Option here, I can say, find out how to open the piano on this app and write me a quick melody. It's going to load. Here's when it's going to fail miserably because I've had loads of trouble with this app, to be honest. But it's interesting because you can...
You've got Logic Pro open with a deluxe classic electric piano loaded.
Yes.
To open the piano keyboard, hit Command K or go to Window, then show musical typing. That'll give you an on-screen keyboard you can play with your computer keys.
I want you to do it for me, though.
Got it. I'll open the keyboard and compose a quick melody for you.
And this is the interesting thing because it can actually use your screen and use your computer, but it's kind of working alongside you. You know, it's not
Yeah.
it's not like Dispatch or whatever, which is still all really, really good. It's just kind of like there when you need it.
Yeah.
If we
I can take over, but I need to know exactly what you want made or changed in Logic Pro.
okay, just write me a melody like as a fun example. I don't mind what. And I think it's using Claude under the hood.
I appreciate the
Yeah,
enthusiasm,
it's not going to do it,
but
is
I
it?
can't actually play or input MIDI notes into Logic Pro. I can only type text into text fields.
Okay.
Logic's workspace isn't a text input, it's a graphical MIDI editor. What you could do is hit Command K to open musical typing and
Okay,
jam
so-
something out yourself, or ask Clicky Agent to help you compose something more structured.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that was a bit of a shame, but what he demonstrates as well. You got to look at the onboarding experience of this, because this is what I really wanted to show you.
Well,
he-
I downloaded it. Should I install it?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you go through the install, because it's really, really cool.
Okay, so downloaded it, and now this is the DMG.
And apparently it's closed beta, but you can just go on and download it by giving your email. It's not whatever. So just the thing is, your audio doesn't work, does it? You can never share your audio.
Why not? I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but you've never been able to share your audio. So don't dox yourself. Yeah, I'll remove you. I've removed you.
Yeah.
Even though your email has been viewed 1 billion times on this show before.
Yes. I need to give it a bunch of access, probably.
Yeah, you give it access. And here's a scary thing. Because it's always watching your screen, it is kind of like Microsoft Clippy in more ways than you think about. But it is always on. And you can say, and I've never got this to work either, but you can say, hey, Clippy agent. Hey, Clicky agent. Maybe I've been saying Clippy agent instead of Clippy. And it's supposed to just spawn an agent. So whilst you don't even have to press the shortcut. Right, are you in?
It says you need permission. So yeah. Let's do the permissions.
Yeah, so it's always listening, and you can command it with your voice. So I never actually got that to work ever. This is like 2 weeks old, guys. 2.5 weeks old. It's very new.
I don't see the Mac prompt.
Is it on your other screen? Because you've got 2 screens or something.
Oh yeah, true. Good one. It was kind of like hidden. Yeah, it doesn't come here because it's on the other screen. Okay. Accessibility. Okay. So I gotta. It tells me where to do.
You can just switch it.
Oh,
it's right there.
Interesting. So it's kind of like telling me, okay. Screen recording.
That was accessibility, probably for screen sharing. This is
for screen recording.
This is screen sharing. So quit and open.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the audio is here, because this onboarding experience is something to behold.
Allow. Do you hear it?
No.
Oh.
Put your headphones next to the microphone.
On your screen and follows you around as you use your computer. Here's how it works.
Is it picking it up?
Yes, good.
In that moment, Clicky can see your screen and help you with whatever you're trying to do. So, and you don't even have to leave the program.
Not too close.
So let's say that you're in After Effects and you have no idea how to color grade a video. Let's say you're writing a tweet and you want some feedback. Let's say you're in Claude Code or Codex and you want to learn more about how to actually use it. No matter what you're trying to do, Clicky can help you because he can see your screen and talk back to you and help you figure out whatever you're trying to do. Clicky can also move around and point at things, which is really helpful when you need almost like a friend that's going to guide you through whatever you're trying to do.
That's cute.
Last thing, Clicky can also spawn agents for you. All you have to say is, hey, Clicky agent, and then ask for literally whatever you want. So here's a request. Take your hands off your keyboard right now, and let me show you something magical. Just watch me spawn an agent with just my voice. Hey, Clicky Agent, I'm the CEO of this company, of this rocket company you see on my screen. Can you research my competitors and save it as a PDF and open it for me when you're done? And just like that, at the top of your screen, you'll see Clicky just spawned an agent. And I just did it with just my voice. You can even hover it and see what the agent is doing. And because Clicky is a general agent, it means it can also build stuff. So check this out. Hey, Clicky Agent, can you make me a website for the beautiful person watching this video right now and open it in the browser when you're done? And bada bing, now we have 2 agents working, and Clicky will
But
let
you
you
can
know.
move your mouse right now.
And so that's Clicky Agent. It can do so much more. It
Close your
can
own.
set app reminders for you on your native Apple reminders. It can schedule stuff for you. It can write stuff for you. It can do anything. It's the simplest interface in the world to talk to the models and spawn agents. Let us know what you think. This is all still really early. We're only like 2 weeks into this. If you run into any issues, please message me here. I'll open my Twitter here and just DM me. Cool. Bye.
And then you'll get, and what will
That's
happen in a
crazy.
moment is that that website will open up and that PDF will open up. There you go. So build that website on the fly. And then now you can interact with it. You can say, hey, make it more colorful, or hey, make it all black and red or something like this.
How do I interact with it?
You should be able to say, hey, Clicky Agent, but
Hey, Clicky Agent.
but
Are you listening?
if you mouse over the red agent or the blue agent, whichever one was responsible for the website, yeah, that's it. Press voice or text or whatever, and then tell it something.
What should I tell it? Wait.
There's the
oh,
PDF.
here's the PDF. The PDF is ready. That's really cool. That's really cool. The fact that it can do it, and then the interactivity of it is making it really, really interesting. So
it's just looking at whatever's on your screen right now, and it's like dealing with it there. But I mean, I've been trying to use it. I haven't quite found a use case for myself and what I would do with it, to be honest. But it's a really interesting innovation that I think that, I don't know, I think this will open a few doors. Certainly the way they present themselves. Like, he's literally messaged me and said, hey, here's my WhatsApp, give me a text. Like, because I was having problems with it. Like, he's really going down this personal route. And you saw in the video there, he made loads of mistakes in the video. And I don't think that was intentional, or at least he didn't mind that he messed up.
Yeah,
it's the whole brand image, and you watch their videos and they're all like a family sort of thing.
yeah.
He's really going down they are really going down a personal personality route, which is really interesting to see from a tech startup. But this is super new, and I wondered if anyone else could think of any cool use cases for it, because it is quite fun. It's an interesting.
So like the first use case that I can think of is obviously like learning. What you kind of like showed, if I'm doing something, how can I
yeah,
change
like
the
when I
setting?
was in Logic there, it told me how I can open the keyboard or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I suppose in a way that you, instead of going over to Claude Code, go do something, say, like, you just tell it in the moment rather than going over to Claude Code,
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, it was $15-20 I think I paid for it. So you get like
I see.
Yeah. So you can connect Google Workspace now as well. That's interesting. So yeah, Clicky Agent. Go check it out.
DM for bugs. I really like that. It's very personal. It is. Yeah, I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna play with it and think of some use cases. Like it happens when I want to change some setting, for example, in a tool. Like how do you do that? How do you enable something like a setting? Maybe for that it can do it.
Yeah.
So,
again, it's just like there when you need it, as opposed to something you have to go away and go and do. That one of the biggest feedbacks I've given, and they've emailed me as well, was to Perplexity. They've nerfed Comet in that you can't do things in the browser anymore from the assistant. You have to go to their computer, and by that point you've lost the context of the tab that you're in and the conversation that you might have had and all the rest of it. And it's like, I don't want to leave the thing. I just want it to be there. And that's, I guess, what Clicky Agent is. It's there where you need it, and you just tell it to go do things. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, quite fun.
Do one thing for me. Ask your Clicky Agent to go to insiders.commandaishow.com. We have a
Clicky
surprise.
Agent. I don't know if it can do that. If not,
I think the
I'll
Hey
do-
Clicky agent thing is broken because just type it out.
So hold
And it might not
control.
understand Command AI actually as well, so you might have to spell it out for it. Spell it out. Command spelled CMD.
Go to Command AI. No, go to Insiders or Insider.
Dot. Insiders.
Go to insiders.commandaishow.com, which is spelled cmdaishow.com.
Let's see what it does. It might just do it.
Let's see. Well, it was the worst prompt that I could give, but I mean, these AI agents, they don't really care. Where do I type it in?
In the URL bar, you have to go old school, buddy. You have to go old school.
No, I thought I would type the prompt.
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
You can type
Are
it
you
in.
there?
I think you can type it in once the agent.
I think he's not there.
Here's the thing. This is it. It was broken for me. Like it did that for me, and then it just broke. So I deleted it and restarted it, and then it worked. This is maybe I can do it. Go to insiders.commandaishow.com. Command is spelled CMD. Okay, it's heading there now. So should I share my screen? I'm going to share my screen. I don't know where it's going to go there because I've got all these windows open. Oh, there it is. Oh, it didn't do the spelling for me. Never mind.
Yeah.
CMD. So, everyone, listen up. We want to build, or we want to do some sort of community effort beyond these live streams. And we don't know what we're going to do. We don't know how we're going to present it. We don't know anything, actually, in fact, which is why if you go to insiders.commandaishow.com, you know how Command AI is spelled, unlike Clicky here. Thanks for that. If you let us know your name, give us an email and let us know what you want to learn about. There's a list of topics here, or if you select I don't see my topic, you can type something. If we were to get together on, say, a weekly or a monthly call, what would we want to talk about?
Like in a group setting, it would be.
Setting.
Yeah, in a group setting, like listening to what you're trying to do, where you're potentially having issue with AI, either you're starting or you want to, do more or just stay updated. I feel like in the show we are covering everything, right? It's our job for the show to cover everything that interests us, but it doesn't mean that we end up using everything, right? So this is where this can get interesting for you guys to potentially come to the calls, and we can recommend you specifically to use something for what you're trying to do or how you like to get stuff done, because we do try all of these things out, sometimes just for the show. We prior to the show we get on a call and we prompt things using new tools, and sometimes like Clicky we do it while we are live. So yeah, we would like to share that experience with you and have a community meetup, a community setup. So if you're interested, head to Insiders, and become an insider.
Yeah, let us know. It's not a guarantee that we'll do this, but we would like to understand a little bit more about what you want to hear about, and maybe something will come of it. So yeah,
we gotta find few people interested, and then we'll start it. If there are people, cool. So we have a few other things, and we're going quite slow, buddy. Well, so the next one is Figjam. Let me like bring everything that I need for Figjam up. And then we need Claude. Is this thing a Claude only thing, or
It's
no?
just
It's an
MCP.
MCP, so it
Just
can
an
be.
MCP.
You can do
Cursor.
it with any AI.
Yeah.
Well, with Cursor, you can do it with OpenAI stuff as well, right? Okay. So starting now, you can control your Figjam and you can create stuff on your Figjam file using your AI. They came out with their MCP. Previously, you could do design inside of Figma, but now you can do it also in Figjam. And for that, we're going to show you how you can do it. To start, I would suggest, if you don't know how to use MCPs, probably the easiest would be download Claude desktop app. If you have it already, go to settings, and then in connectors, you have Figma. If you don't have it, you go to browse connectors, you add Figma, and that's how you connect it.
Are you meant to be sharing your screen, by the way? Sorry.
Oh, yes. Oh, fuck. Why was it?
That's fine. You can just go over. It was only for the last second. You really needed to see it. So
yeah,
you're in Claude Desktop right now.
Yeah, I'll just do the steps and you add it to the clip. Settings and then connectors. I have this Clippy thing, so I would actually quit it.
The cog down the bottom. Okay, cool. Got it.
Yeah, so I'll do it again.
Just speak it out so I can just use the clip. That's easier. Yeah,
so in your Claude desktop, you go to settings and then you go to connectors. And here you see I already have Figma. If you don't have it, go to browse connectors. And here you can simply add it and then press configure and press connect. And then once you have it, you can also go into that connector and allow and disallow stuff. So for some, you can let it to ask you, but I'm living on the edge. I let it do everything. That's not the only thing. You can also add the Figma desktop. This is where, if you have the Figma desktop app, just like I do, you can set it up here as well. Add custom connector, like Figma desktop. You see I already have it. And again, here I can allow it to do everything. So you simply, using the Claude desktop app, add the Figma connector, and you're good to go. But if you want to add it to Claude Code or you want to add it anywhere else, there's a link in the description. Set up the desktop server. This is using the desktop app. You can just simply copy paste this into your terminal and it is added to your Claude. But if you are interested in doing a remote server, this is when you don't have the desktop app open, you still can, using your AI agent, do stuff with Figma. This is how you set it up there. So is that clear?
I think so, yeah. For building, if you're building an app as well, you'd use the remote one. So if you're building some sort of integration where you want to control Figma, you'd use the remote one instead of the desktop app. But yeah, cool.
True. That's how you'd add it. Anyway, so now we have a Figjam file for our website. And then here I'm using Claude desktop app just from the chat. I normally use Claude Code in terminal, but for this one, let's just use the chat. And I already have a prompt. So the prompt is about our show, and let's just paste it in. And just to make sure that we have the connector, here we see we have the Figma. And what I'm going to do, this is, I found it to be important in my use case. if I don't link the exact file, it might go and do it somewhere where I don't want to do it in another file. So I'm just linking to this exact file here for my agent, and I'm just going to say use the Figjam MCP. Is that how you would do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, they are quite good at kind of picking up
Yeah.
what you want to use the Figma MCP. You don't have to be explicit.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind taking a few seconds just to say use the Figma MCP, then go
Exactly.
ahead.
Yeah. So this is just for safety.
And I think your bug is because it's an empty file. It doesn't know the file, so you'd copy that, paste in. Whereas if you've got frames,
yes,
that you want to insert, that's where you can just select the frame. You don't even have to copy the link, and then you can just type do this in Figma or whatever. But
exactly.
Yeah, it should pick up the node the frame or the node that you're selecting. But in this case, we're an empty file, so you just paste in the file. So did you want to read out the prompt we've given it? Just a sec.
Yeah. So we have a show called Cmd+AI and want to plan a user flow for our website where users can get to know us, watch the episodes, join us live, and for the ones more interested in how AI can help them, they can join our insider community. And I'm asking Claude to make 2 sitemaps and 2 user journeys. That's it. That's how normally you would, like, one of the use cases for Figjam, to make sitemaps and user journeys and diagrams and this kind of stuff. And now you see even a live preview, which is really, really cool, inside of your Claude. Okay, now it stopped showing it. But okay, here we go. I don't have edit access to that specific board. Interesting. Okay, now it's going to make it here. So let's see. Even though you saw that I gave it access to do stuff, but it doesn't have access here anyway. Okay, it's this one. So it didn't know which file to use. And this is kind of like why okay, yeah. Edit in Figma, open the link.
It's going to do it in Figma now, isn't it? It's not going to do it in Figjam.
No, it is Figjam, and now it is doing it on the wrong account. So this happened to me before. That's why, yeah. Anyway, it's doing it with a different account because I'm logged in another one and I can't log in right now. But yeah, that's the idea. You see how it works. And to prevent this issue, previously I would just add the specific frame, as you said, and that would tell it exactly where to do it, but somehow it got confused. So now let's see how it did. So it seems like it did one. It did just one sitemap. But this is where you can continue chatting. Interesting that the chat becomes this. Or I can say sitemap 1, sitemap 2. No, it says it made them, but it's probably in the pages. That's why I don't see them. Yeah, it's probably like different pages. That's why it just shows one. Yeah. Well, I should have probably tried it before the show, but I didn't want to, I on purpose, I wanted to show it authentically. But yeah, that's the issue. It's doing it on a different account. And yeah. Well, I could.
That's right. I mean, we get the idea. It's like, you used to be able to design on Figma and this and that, but now they've just brought it over to Figjam, which is kind of handy. We used, I don't know whether you remember this, but we did, well, the project that we're on now, we had discussed what the sitemap should be and this and that. I use Miro, and I told that to Claude, and it used the Miro MCP to basically do the same thing. It just crafted a journey, it did a sitemap and this and that. So Figjam and Miro share a lot in common, and it's a good place to just map things out and have flow diagrams and create, I don't know, what do you do on Figjam? Like create workshops and things like this. It's a really useful tool. It's just nice to be able to use Claude to be able to play with it now, and do things.
like planning or writing
yeah.
things down, sometimes with my team. So right now, like the last thing that we used it for was we made some user
Oh,
we
there it
made
is.
some personas. Now it worked. Okay, so I know that now the mistake was from me. I had the project in my draft and it couldn't edit my draft, but I put it in the team folder. Now it can edit it. So yeah, but
Nice.
it's all in one page, and now we see. Okay, so this is the flow. Yeah, pretty nice. I would say it's quite simple. It's quite simple, like visually, but at the same time,
I mean, this isn't
quite
really
good.
meant to be for visual, is it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's functional. It's more of a it's
Yeah.
Figma's functional take on the design process, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good. The cool thing about this is I can do this from my phone, right? I can use Claude from my phone, and I have access to the connectors from my phone, from the app. And I can, as long as my computer is awake, I can do it from my phone, or I use the remote desktop version that I showed earlier. And then, yeah. So we should review this later on. So like that's pretty good. Like press kit, meet the hosts about the show. It's pretty good. Like the sitemap
checks out.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, the prompt is as minimal as it gets. Normally, my prompts don't look like this. Normally, my prompts are me talking to, what's it called? Whisperflow for a few minutes, for a good few minutes. And the prompts are more detailed. And I often also ask Claude to do research. So in this case, we don't have an existing website, but we could say, hey, go on and do some research about other shows doing like covering AI topics, and discover how they are building communities, and add your findings to the Figjam board and see how we can do better. I don't know. This was also kind of not an amazing prompt, but that the idea is that it can go research, find stuff, bring it to Figjam. And I think this is quite powerful, because if you're only doing the research or like whatever that you're trying to do in an AI tool, you have like, you're limited to this chat experience, or it creates a PDF for you, or it creates a report for you in an HTML doc. None of these are as good as this, because this, you go in, you edit stuff, you remove stuff, you add more, and that interactivity is amazing. And I can have my teammates here, so I think I'm going to use this.
You raised an interesting point as well around the kind of mindset around AI that I think we don't really appreciate. Like, we're so used to I want to do this one thing, like a one-to-one relationship with the thing that you're doing. Whereas I think to get the best out of AI, we need to think many steps. So the example you gave was go and do some research. Do you know what I mean? So that's already a two-step thing. Go and do the research and then come back and put it into Figjam. That's a two-step system. It can go as far as you want. And this is where we talk about agent. It could be go and do some research, go and pull together a PowerPoint presentation, also map it out in Figma. There's a 3-point journey there that again, just to get to the point of what needs to be in the Figjam at the end of the day. It isn't always this one-to-one relationship with the thing that you're just trying to get done. That's like basic use of AI. Do you know what I mean? Like basic use of agents. Sorry, not AI.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's cool. It's cool.
It's quite fun, because I told you about this community workshop that I did, and I could have shown this. I didn't, because it wasn't out, I think, at that time, or I haven't tried it before. But now, if I do it again, if I go and do a workshop and showcase what AI can do in terms of research, this is how I would show it, definitely, because this is much better than a PDF. It is accessible via a team, and it's editable and expandable. All of these good things. So yeah.
Well, again, if people are lost and they want to know more, go to insiders.commandai.show.com. Fill out the form and let us know what you want to talk about, and we can get into all of this stuff, like how we use AI and what we've just done. Maybe it's I don't know. You let us know, and we'll make it happen.
Do you know these other communities? AI tinklers. What did I say?
Tinklers. Tinkle.
Cognitive revolution.
So this
AI Daily. I think I know this one. AI Daily Brief.
So you've just gone and told it to do a bunch of research on AI communities, and what's that second point in the flow? What's the white boxes?
So this is what they have for their community. This is what they have in terms of community.
Yeah.
So this is what they give to their community or offer their community, and here should be what we can learn from them or can do better to give for our community. So own a signature ritual. Sounds like building a cult.
Let's build a cult, guys. Let's do it. Let's build a cult.
Well, the merch from last week, I'm still I really liked it. I developed a few more taglines that I think can become a thing. So let's see.
Stay tuned. Cool. Let's move on.
Do you want
to talk about Higgsfield?
No, not really.
So then it's Webflow.
Yeah, Webflow. Let's do Webflow. We can close these.
Do you want me to kick it off and you do the demo?
However you feel like it. I have it ready.
Well, yeah, okay. I'll go over the article real quick, and then because this is fresh off the press, boys and girls. Webflow have upped their AI integration game with their platform. Now you can create code components, which I think we've seen coming for a long time, to be honest. Framer have had it for centuries, what it seems like, but now they seem to have brought AI code components are now available in Webflow. Only a day ago they released this. So yeah, AI code components are now available to all Webflow customers. This is a significant step forward in how teams build on Webflow. Until now, adding a code component to a site required writing React in an external code base, importing it via devlink. This was powerful, but out of reach for most designers and marketers. With this launch, anyone can generate an interactive production-ready component natively in Webflow using the AI assistant. So I'm keen already to see if it still leverages devlink and that you can bring it back and forward, because, you know, a designer may start the component and then get to a point of like, oh, I'm lost, and then a developer's like, well, I don't want to go in Webflow, I'll bring it in and then I'll do it in my code base where I've got Claude Code, I've got all of my IDE, I've got all of my, you know, helpers and things like that. But yeah, so yeah, and they've got a 2-week build challenge which you can they've got $100 gift cards on, so pretty cool.
Okay, so let me show it to you. So here's a preview, but how do you get here? So here I have just, you know, a normal Webflow project open. Here you go to components, and then I'm showing it step by step because there is a very specific way of going there, and I don't really like that. You go to components, you create a new component, and then you say generate with AI. And then it shows you this prompt area.
Oof. Yes. Yeah.
And it kind of like I'm lost where I am, and I can go back by clicking here. Like I can't do this, I can't do this, like none of these. It's kind of like a bit rough. Anyway,
you're lost.
What happened? What happened to the rendering? Okay, so something is broken when it comes to the rendering, because I have 2 tabs open. Anyway, so you write your prompt, and then you see something like this. But let me reload.
And this could be something like, I don't know, a weather widget. I'm guessing this is for widgets, like little interactive components dotted around your website, right?
This is where I have some comments on this. So
Okay.
here the components are loaded. One of the examples that they say, like in the prompt area, is a pricing component. Okay. And I asked it to do some pricing components, and then I asked it to do multiple versions. So again, look how rough the UI is. Here we see this view code. When I click it, it shows it here. It's so rough. The UI is really rough. And then, yeah, I can't make it smaller. Actually, I can. I can make it bigger, resize it. And this is 600 lines of code. But I guess for all of these different component variations that I have, where should I start? Let's start with the quality first. How does it look to you?
I mean, it looks okay. I mean, my first question is it taking the website into account to generate these?
No. So there are two things that it's not doing correctly. It's not taking my brand colors. It should have access to them. I see like it has access to them, but it's not doing it for whatever reason, not doing it good. Anyway, the first version is not this. The first version was a completely broken white version with white text on white. And I asked it to make a new one, but it didn't do a new one. It rebuilt it here. So I can't show you the fully broken one. Anyway, this is okay. My second biggest issue is for the content, it's not taking the content from my website. So it's not aware of my website. If I do something like this with Claude Code, I can tell it to research or like give it the link or give it a Figma or whatever, give it context. Here, it feels like a bit more separated. And then I said, make versions. And here where like there is a different way of thinking when it comes to versions, how Webflow sees it and how AI people see it. So these are like different versions, and I will explain what I mean by that. So these different versions are different variants of that component.
Oh, okay.
So if I add it to my project, I can switch these variants. So let's
were these variants created because you asked it, or it just created?
I did ask it.
Okay, I wonder what happens if you don't ask it, as an example. But yeah,
it just creates one version.
Okay.
Yeah, it creates one. It seems like there is a bug. It breaks my site every time I get out of the component. But anyway, so
you asked it for a design variance, whereas Webflow interpreted that as the feature of variants, component variants. Is that right?
Yes and no. Yes, but there is no wrong interpretation, because that's how Webflow in general has this. Webflow does not offer this feature to us to play with different variations. It's just variants. I'll just show it. So I'm gonna add it. Let's just add it here on top. Oh God, why is this broken? Let's add it anywhere. Okay, let's reload because the scroll is broken. It's early. I'm gonna give them that, and it's just loading code component because as you said earlier, this is good for like interactive widgets, but that's like my vision is to do design as well. By the way, you see how it didn't even use the black or the red. And here's the thing: when I said versions, it's these versions.
That's what I mean. So it's that's what I mean by variants. Like
exactly. So
understanding. You just wanted to see different designs so you can pick one design. Got it.
Exactly. And now I can open the component here. And now you see my chat is back. It was gone for some reason. My chat is back. I can close it, but this is what I mean. It's so bad, the UI. The Ask AI assistant is here and it opens it here. Like, what? This gets me crazy. And the view code is here and it opens it here. Like, how bad can the UI be? Like,
Yeah, human hasn't used this. And when you say UI, I think you mean UX. Like, UI is fine, but like I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, a human hasn't used this, and
I genuinely don't think that, like, I think Webflow and Framer even they don't have a good understanding of how, or they have issue trying to implement AI similar to native, to make it native, to make it feel native. It feels everything but native.
Yeah.
Where with AI native tools like Claude Design, even though it has its own bugs, etc., it feels like they have an easier time to have the AI experience.
Because they're AI first, probably.
Right? Yeah. The AI experience is right, and then they are slapping the editor on top, and this is where they have issues with, like, the editor part, where these tools have issue with the AI part, and I think they don't get it. Here's what I mean. I don't want to have just variants. I don't see, this is a bigger picture. I don't see Webflow being a dev only thing, and I don't see Figma to be a design thing anymore. Design and dev to me are, especially when we're talking about front end, they are becoming one thing. We are generating more and more of both with AI. And it doesn't make sense to do my design variations in Figma and then do design and do dev variants in Figma. It makes zero sense. What I want is to have an environment where I can use AI to generate a bunch of stuff and then put them together. And this is kind of like, I didn't plan to do that, but let me show you. This is what I've been doing with Figma and Claude Code. And look at these designs. I'll zoom in and tell me, what do you think? These designs are all made with AI.
Yeah, they don't look it.
They look good. Like, look at the fonts, look at the layouts, the details. Even the images are AI, by the way. These are really good. I mean, look at this UI. Yes, there is like tiny issues, but it's really good. And I have hundreds. And I have like 3 pages. I have hundreds of these designs. And look, when I want to make a UX decision, I don't want to sit and design it manually. I'm imagining something and I'm communicating this with AI, and AI is now visualizing that for me. And now I can go in. By the way, I'm using Figma most of my time without the UI right now, I noticed. Without the UI, because I'm just using it as a canvas to put these ideas together and then mix and match them, right? And then develop them. Sometimes I do this type of things in code. Sometimes I generate these things via HTML and then bring them to Figma. Sometimes I do image, like these UIs that I think I showed you. These are done with ChatGPT Image Gen 2. They're super good, super detailed. So what Webflow is getting wrong, to go back, I know that they are creating this as a tool for variants. They're being very specific here, but I feel like they're missing out on the opportunity. Give me an actual canvas where I can do what I just showed you in Figma. I want to be able to do all of this in Webflow, and then there is no separation between design versus code. It's there. I can use it wherever I need it. And okay, yes, this is a functionality thing. AI can add it, right?
Yeah. And
Static first, dynamic after.
I mean, the fact that this doesn't, I mean, it's black and red at the very least, but it's not taking, it doesn't, you can't just whack this into your website because it doesn't have any relationship to the website it's being whacked into. So I don't really understand. Maybe it will get it in time. I don't know. But do you have the ability to publish this website, the page with this code component on? Because I'm curious to know if it's a pre-rendered component or a JavaScript.
Yeah, good. You see how it fucking broke my website again? Well, my website is broken because we're redesigning stuff. So anyway, let me go to a page where I don't really care. Testimonial. This page, by the way, was also designed and developed by Claude Code, the MCP. So here I feel like just let's add the pricing here right before the footer. Let's do this one.
And it's not in your homepage, is it? Oh,
no,
just do staging. Just do staging.
Yeah. I'll just do staging, and I'll share the link, or we'll just look at it. Let's see.
Yeah, go to it. But when you go on the page, right click and inspect, and we'll turn off JavaScript basically, and we'll see what loads.
And Webflow, if you are watching, I know that's not the point, but just to specifically to specify, I feel like you're missing out on what is happening. I feel like all these like builder tools are not getting AI, not really.
I feel like they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know, but they're not going out and asking people, what do you wish AI would do?
They are asking, but they are not doing it. What we're answering, or at least what I'm telling them. So
if you press the top right where you normally close.
Yeah, I want to see. So this is the section before. So this is the code. This is the code component section. But why isn't it highlighting it? When you...
Maybe that's a clue as to this loading after the page loads, maybe.
So, okay. So code island, data loader. Do you see any... Is this working? It is working. Do you see any indication for what this could be? No.
Well, do you want to just turn off JavaScript and see if it loads?
How do I do that again? I should ask Click.
Yeah, do it. Why not? It's in this menu. It's in that menu that we were just in. No. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were searching. Yeah, so control and option.
How can I turn off JavaScript here? Let's see if it can do it. No. Okay. It's not working.
Yeah, I think yours is doing the same thing mine did. So you might have to just install. So yeah, go to that menu we're just on.
Here.
Yeah. And then scroll down to the bottom. It's around there.
Disable JavaScript.
There we go. Now just refresh the page.
So okay, now it's here. Yeah.
And then that should be broken now.
It is broken. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So it's preloaded. That's good. At least that.
No, that's good. That's good. That means for people who might be wondering, that means this is not bad for SEO or accessibility, not by default at least. It depends on also what you build and how you
build. And I wonder what code it's written in as well. I didn't see that, but do you know if it's written in React? Well, it's written in React, but do you you'll have to go to Webflow to see it.
Yeah, so here it was React.
Yeah, but Astro is written in React as well as Next.js. So I'm wondering if there's any clues as to because they supported Astro, and they seem like
this is where I'm. How do I go back to that view? I can't from here.
The code view.
Yeah.
Double click on the component.
No, that's how it opens it here. But that's what I mean. Like This is so frustrating. So I know how to go there. I'm trying to see if there is a different way of going there.
How would you do it? How would you do it?
Open component. Okay, open component there. How I would do it? I would add a button or like under somewhere else as well, like to navigate. So let's go back. Probably I would do it by default. No, I would do an option here.
Like I would right click and say view code or something like that, or edit component.
Yeah. If I say edit component here, it does it. So we have two things. Okay, I'm getting it. We have edit component and open component. And it's not clear. It's not clear because open component, it opens it in the canvas. I say it open it in canvas or something like this. By the way,
then you've got edit code at the top right there, haven't you?
By the way, I know that we have also this bug. I'm pretty sure they are aware of it. I can do this, and you see it's not responsive, but it is responsive. It is just that.
Oh, I see.
When you do it with that thing, it's just
it's responsive on the page on the device size that it loads on.
Yeah, but
if you click edit code at the top right there,
yeah.
Okay. Webflow, data types, React. If you scroll down a little bit to get to the actual function, so that's use plans, check-in, function, v1. Looks like standard. They've got use state. Yeah, it's just straight up React. There's no closes whether it's Astro or Next.js. That's all I was looking for.
So these are the v1 card. And then
there's still one big component, which is crazy. So there must be a master component in here somewhere then.
Interesting how they have. What is this?
Yeah. Maybe that's your list of services.
That's a content. Yeah, that's a content. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it looks very early. I'm not sure if I would use it like this as it is. I don't know what to do with it, to be honest. If I want to create an interactive component, I would just use Claude Code because it just can do more, or I have more control and it's easier. But I guess this can become easier once they make it more aware of the website, or maybe I got unlucky. Maybe I can. Let's actually see.
Well, let's move on because we've been on this for friggin' ages.
Okay, yeah, true. I was complaining,
just hating on it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Webflow, but this is,
Anyway,
I hope you find your way.
Should I talk about Warp? Should I take the next one? Because otherwise you'll be doing loads then.
Yeah, and I'm not ready for that one, so you should do it.
Yeah. Do a little thing.
I'm so hungry, man.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah. So Warp, my favorite terminal, and it's slowly becoming your favorite terminal too.
Our favorite terminal.
Our favorite terminal has become open source, which is really exciting. But what does it mean? It means quite a few interesting things actually that's come out of it. Now, if you don't know what open source is, it means that we literally have access to the code that they have access to, which you can download this and you can run it on your computer and you will have the app. You'll have it just like they do. You have to build it and whatever. It means a couple of things. It means you can build your own features. And the first one I had was, how can I download Warp and just have it use Claude Code? So, the beautiful thing about Warp is that it can use a bunch of different agents and things like that. It's an AI terminal, actually, for those who don't know. Warp is an AI terminal. And it's quite good because you can type in agentic commands and it will interpret that and run the terminal commands that relate to what you're doing. So you normally have to access servers via the terminal. You run Claude Code with the terminal. You do lots of things running terminal, and it's all this bash syntax. It's often very hard to remember. If I want to run a symlink, if I want to copy a file or something like that, I just say copy this file or move this file to here or something like that. You know, you can do it all in the terminal if I write certain commands, but now I just don't even need to think. But it uses lots of different models, right? You can just, you can use it as just a normal AI chat interface, and it'll use a lot of different models. Well, what if I just stop paying for Warp, pipe it into Claude Code, and then just use my Claude Code membership to be able to use it? That's one aspect of it. Oh, sorry, I'm showing the wrong screen here. I'm should be showing this one. This is the code on GitHub. So you can just run this.
Yeah.
Download it, run it. And also the second thing is that you can contribute. So you can actually build features into these things. I do worry that this opens up a can of worms, because ever since AI, became big, people were like contributing like crazy to open source projects, just submitting
GitHub
AI
being
slot.
down.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that
Most
as
of
well.
them,
That's
yeah.
another aspect to it as well. So, but it's still pretty good, and there's this, the open source community is a big deal, and it doesn't get the love and respect that it kind of deserves and all the rest of it. But there was another aspect to this that was quite interesting, which is about the fact that OpenAI are supporting it and driving it, which is kind of a good thing.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna search OpenAI just real quick. Oh, it's right at the top. OpenAI is the founding sponsor of the new open source repository, and the new agentic management workflows are powered by GPT models. I don't know what this is. I think this is probably something like maybe some actions here. Maybe they've got some GitHub actions, like all of these stuff, the cleanups, create releases, all of that stuff, to protect them from receiving your AI slop. They've got a bunch of agents protecting it, so I think it's that. But yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite nice that OpenAI are really kind of supporting this open source aspect to it, because the world can't go around, the dev world can't go around without open source. But it's just a nice thing, again, I kind of want to just get it working with Claude Code and then stop paying my $20 a month fee or whatever it is that I'm paying, or soon to be paying anyway. So yeah, that's kind of it. There's nothing much more to say about it. I don't know if you had any thoughts what you might do with an open source thing, or whether it tempts you to contribute to open source.
I just want to show how I'm using it. Right now I'm in the light mode. Normally I'm in the dark mode, but when I go outside, I do turn on the light mode. Vertical tabs and colored by project.
I turn that straight off. I
started doing that, and you can toggle them, and I quite like it. I started because it makes it easy for me to see, okay, what project this is, and then like by color.
I like the color by project. That's an interesting one. How do I turn that on?
So you just right click, or no, just you do this. Yeah, you do this, and then you select.
Oh, I see. You've colored them. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I got it.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's not automatic. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I just want to show how I'm using it, but how I would change it. I feel like it's a bit too busy here. You see, like the name of the project is like remote control, like rich input. It's like information here. I don't need any of this. And as for the directory, I already have it here. So why do I need it here? So a bunch of like UI changes. That's my biggest issue with Warp. It's that the UI is busy. And that's, if you go to just the main terminal, it's just so clean.
Yeah. I mean, it is doing a lot more, but I know what you mean, even to the point of that there's a code review button at the top right. And this was added simply because people weren't using it. People didn't know that there was a code review button. And it's like, that's kind of like a bit annoying, because that's cluttering the user interface. They have reduced it as well. Like you're in Claude Code, but if you open up a new tab, just a fresh tab that doesn't have Claude Code in it.
Yeah. So to do that, you do agent, because you can.
So and well, you've just done that.
You can do terminal.
Exactly. So if you go to terminal, if you open up a new terminal, because I will often do this, right? You see how the bottom is just very, I say clean. It's, if you were to flip between the agent view, now, if you go to the agent view, see what happened.
I know
the new one that you opened up. Down the bottom, you've got all this stuff down the bottom now. On the far right, you've got, I don't know what it says, in the bottom right of the page.
It's the agent that you can choose.
Agent, you got voice. That was all visible in the terminal view, but now they've moved that to the agent view. So they have cleaned it up a little bit, but it can be overwhelming. But also, it is still a shit hot terminal to be able to use AI. Are you still not paying for it?
No, I have the subscription.
You have the subscription now. Okay, yeah. Because I want to know how much you can get away with
from
the
Lenny
free version. Yeah.
Why would you need to pay for it? Because if I don't use the agent and just use it as a terminal, can I use it for free? I don't know that. Actually.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. If you never use the agent, for sure.
I have used the agent, and I sometimes do, and you do the command shift.
Or use iTerm too. Like, I think that's, if you just want something as clean as the terminal, but you want something, a bit more advanced.
I do have it.
Yeah. Why don't you use this?
Because of this.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I just said like it's asking me to do stuff, but no. To be fair, I have used iTerm. I don't know why I stopped. I think Warp just has more stuff, and I somehow started using Warp.
I mean, it doesn't have vertical tabs. It doesn't have.
Yeah, true. Because I know you taught me that I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. Oh, I don't like also the select state, but I think I can change that.
iTerm is highly customizable.
Clicky.
Yeah, probably ask Clicky. Yeah.
How can I change?
Or just ask Warp to help you customize iTerm too.
That's mean. That's very mean. And the agents will figure out one day what we're trying to do, and they all say, "Nope, you're stuck with me." No, but I'm happy with what I have here.
We'll stick your referral link, because I've exhausted my referral links for this app. But yeah, it's good.
So let's add my referral link. But also, I want to say I haven't used pretty much any cursor. I haven't used cursor, T3, Claude Code in the desktop app, or what was the other one that I was using, the Codex. I haven't used any of them since Monday. Just Warp and Dispatch.
It's funny because I was thinking about this. Like, I know the Claude. I know that I like the Claude desktop app. I mean, God damn it needs some improvement for sure. I hate that all the shortcuts are different and this and that, whatever. But it's nice just to have it all there, and it's a nice UI. But I still just gravitate towards Claude Code. I'm like, why am I always in? When I say Claude Code, I mean Claude in the terminal, like you just got it.
But why?
I just gravitate towards that. I don't know why. I think it's shortcuts, maybe.
This slash, I really like it. Like compacting, compact MCP model. I don't know. It's kind of nice, but also this vertical thing. That I've been doing this in Codex. I've been doing this in T3. I've talked about how much I like this vertical idea of different projects, and I just discovered that I can do it in my terminal. So I'm giving it a try, and I'm pretty happy with it. But I know it's not for everyone, because the content that you see in the apps are just nicer. In terminal, it's kind of difficult to read.
Yeah. Cool. Next one.
Next one. What is the next one?
Probably I don't know, but while you get that ready, I want to remind people, if you go to insights.com/, www.commontaishow.com. We want to build a community around this, tools, whatever it is. I don't know. We want to know. We want to hear from you. If we were to have an insiders community where we kind of meet up once a week and you can learn from each other, from us, whatever it may be, insiders.commontaishow.com. Command A Show written the way that you expect it to, given the name of the stream right now. Links in also the description or whatever. Let us know. Let us know what you want to do if we were going to build a community, because we're up for it.
Cool. So I have the next thing to share. Let's just do Stripe, and I'll do it quickly. That's a quick one. Okay, so let's play this. Introducing Stripe Treasury. This sounds like a bank to me, or similar to a bank. Hold funds in multiple currencies and stable coins. Instantly transfer money to US businesses. Yes, US only businesses on Stripe for free. Pay anyone in 160 countries just with an email, like Wise and other tools similar to that. Earn credits on balances to apply towards Stripe fees. That's pretty good, because you have to pay what 2.9% on Stripe
like
fees
this,
or
yeah.
something like this.
Plus,
Yeah, plus like 30 cents or something. So that's good. Spend funds with a Stripe card, get 2% cash back. View balance in the mobile app, and use Treasury from any AI app with the Stripe MCP. So that's pretty interesting.
That's cool.
Until I go to the website and you log in and it says not available in your country because you live in Europe. So
let me try here. What's the URL?
Treasury. So one business account for all your financial needs, transfer, send, and have a card. So to me, it sounds like not a bank. Like when we say a bank, banks normally they guarantee, like there are some guarantees and some regulations, like what happens to your money. In some cases, they return the money up to a certain amount. I don't know if Stripe offers that, or if they don't. I don't know. That's something, if you're interested, you would look it up. But basically, the idea is, from what I understand, you make money with Stripe, right? You hold the money in Stripe instead of letting it to be transferred to your bank account, and you just use Stripe to spend it, to send it to people, to pay things with it. And that's quite interesting. I would totally do this once they make it available. I would totally do this, because the fees are quite high, and then why should I send it to my bank account? And if I earn in dollars and I send it to my bank, they're gonna take a big chunk. So I'm mad that it's not available in Germany.
But I mean, this is not too dissimilar to Wise, TransferWise, which we do have,
Yeah, and I do use TransferWise for most of my stuff nowadays. Even I have like some stocks with Wise, because
and you can even get a bank card with Wise too.
I do have bank cards. Like I'm looking for.
So I wonder if Stripe are going to offer bank cards, or is it literally online purchases?
Yes, it says create card. So
there you go.
Yeah,
I love this MCP though. I love this API kit. You could be like, send Kabaza money, and it will just do it through the MCP.
That's really nice, because I have an assistant and she handles the finance stuff as well. But she,
one step closer to firing her.
I asked her. No. I will. I mean,
reconsider
instead of telling her, I will tell the AI to do it, and she does better stuff with her time then. Yeah.
Too polite.
She will do stuff in the garden, just like what I do in the garden.
Yeah, no, this is an interesting step because Revolut, interestingly, Revolut, which is our European brethren, they're opening up a physical bank in Barcelona. So it's interesting how Revolut were digital, now they're going physical. Well, Stripe is digital as well, and also going kind of physical.
Yeah, and I'm a bit shocked that it's happening now. Why not earlier?
Yeah, what?
It would
Yeah.
just like Stripe is handling a good chunk of the entire like Earth GDP.
Weird.
It's a big chunk for, you know, being just a single company. Why didn't they do this before?
Well, I suppose they focused on businesses, and this is still pretty business, but it's more, you know, they enabled SaaS. SaaS was their
okay. So
focus.
Mitigate risk with added security through FDIC insurance eligibility that covers funds up to, not exactly, but up to 250K. So this is like what banks do. But
that was a big thing, you know. Monzo, when Monzo first came out, I don't think they had that type of the European version of that type of insurance. I think we call it FCSC or something like that. And then Starling came out as a digital bank, and they had this special kind of insurance. So I think it's a hard thing to get. And I'm sorry for our US viewers, your banking, you probably know this, your banking is so shit. I remember going to Vancouver. I know it's not the US, but North America. I remember going to Vancouver in 2014, I think, something like that. And they'd only just got chip and pin. You know, before then they were still signing for their purchases. You know, just transferring money, wiring money to each other is just awful compared to how we have it in Europe and the UK. So that I'm not dunking on you guys, but it's just I think that's why it took so long to Stripe to do it, because they probably had to. I'm surprised that it took them that long, because it feels like it's such a wild west industry that it could be easy to get that type of insurance. I don't know, but yeah, it could have been done sooner.
I'm not sure what this 2% cashback on card purchases, or like, is it?
I mean, like, says what it says. Does what it says on the tin. If you pay with your card, you get 2% cashback. There's probably some asterisks in there somewhere, but
yeah, that's what I want to try to understand, because if because this could be really good. Like if I move all my money, everything, all my invoices, you know, with clients to Stripe, it has many good things about it. Like it makes it much easier to invoice and get paid, and for subscriptions as well. But I haven't done it because of the fees.
Yeah,
the fees are.
But this is not a card payment though. That's not a card. They're trying to get you to go into a shop and use the card. I wonder what the incentive is.
Or like our tools, we buy a bunch of tools. We're paying, you know, the cloud code that you are paying.
Physical card. That's what I mean. Touch, tap. Apple Pay do it. Yeah. Apple Pay do it. Yeah. If you use the physical card. Well, no. Actually, that's wrong. I think if you use a physical card, you did get like a bonus or whatever. But now they've moved it to like all purchases on the.
But isn't it the same? Like, isn't it like using the credit card? If I buy cloud code, will I get 2% back?
That will just be in the fine print. But from my understanding, I think that any physical card transaction will get you 2%. But I could be wrong. I'm not gonna argue anyone on that. I think it's just about reading the fine print, what that 2% cashback really means.
Yeah, I would be interested to see like what it does to Master and Visa, if it's going to affect them.
Yeah. I mean, you know, especially businesses that run off of Stripe. Do you know what I mean? Like their whole, and which is a lot of them now. They all, like most SaaS services run off Stripe. Now they can be like, well, now we can just leave all our money in Stripe and make all those make business purchases through Stripe. So yeah. Well, we have GPT real time, and we have Yeah, I think should we end on GPT real time?
Yeah.
I can get it up. We can watch the video as a starting point. This looks really cool, to be fair. OpenAI, share this tab. So this is GPT real time, which is a text to voice model. And they've made an update which allows it to dynamically control your apps. Which is quite cool.
I want to show you a few ways to build with our real-time voice API so that your users can interact with the application more naturally with voice. This includes things like changing your settings, filling out forms, or even playing a game of chess. Let's say I run a website for a company and I want to improve the accessibility by adding some kind of voice widget. The pattern here is that using the real-time API with function calling, I can control my application state. The model can talk to me using notifications, and it can also update the interface directly by calling tools that I've defined. This is not computer use or screen scraping. The application owns the state, and the model calls these functions that change that state. In this demo, I've even added a cursor just to show the user what's happening on the screen. Let's start with a practical example. Here, I've defined a simple application with a wake word and the ability to go from light mode to dark mode. Hey, chat, can you go to dark mode? Can you go back to light mode?
So
it's that simple. Now let's go into the form demo. Here, I can fill out a form using just my voice. My name is Jason Liu. My birthday is March 27, 1994. And can you make sure that I accept the terms? Great. Can you submit that form? Perfect. Now let's try.
So what is happening here?
I'm wondering if this is because the mouse was moving. If you have a look, I'm wondering if this is this is the app. Like, because to me, this looks like a website. Annoyingly, this looks like a website, which confuses things a little bit. But you've got this mouse here, 1994. Jesus Christ, you've got this little mouse here. But my understanding is you could build this into your website or app, and it will just do things while you ask it. However, this, because whilst I was watching this, I was thinking, well, surely this now exists on the layer, above the app, like Clicky, which is, the thing we demonstrated at the beginning of the show, like Comet browser or Dia browser or whatever, or computer use with Claude Code. Surely this exists a lot higher. Whereas this is saying you can build it into the app experience to call certain functions. But does this person have to build a function to be able to write the name in, or build a function to have to write their birthday into that field? Or is it some sort of screenshot thing? I don't know. So I'm not too sure what happens.
And can you make sure that I agree?
So there's a mouse again.
Can you
there's
make
that
mouse
mouse.
black?
But wait for this example.
Now, every time I move a piece, I want you to respond automatically. Can you do that for me?
So now it's just a real time. So he uses the application, from what I understand, and the application responds back.
Actions all by itself. Now let's reset the board.
But how much of this do you need to build?
Thank you.
Yourself?
If you can
I'm not sure.
And if that was a website, why wouldn't you just use Claude Code with it? But it's cool. Don't get me wrong.
The real time, I think, is the point. So it's kind of like always on thing in a way. Does that make sense? That's my understanding.
Real-time voice component. React browser voice controls for tool constrained UIs built on OpenAI real-time. Okay, so it's built on top of real-time. Is it 1.5? You said it was 1.5, but this looks like a whole new thing, though. GPT real-time 1.5, so users control app state more naturally with voice. It's interesting. I honestly think this is one of those things where it'll be cool to play around with and just see what you can actually do with it.
Is it like, can you have an application that builds its own UI based on what the user needs real-time?
Well, okay, so here's what I'm reading right now. Your app defines the exact actions the assistant can take. So you need to build all of that stuff in. tool state, app owned and narrow. The UI remains responsible for the visual state change. You want a React-friendly controller and an optional launcher widget. So I think you do need to build the responses in, and this is just a nice way to basically, it handles the understanding and turns that into essentially tool calls that bind to, here we go, reusable controller with binding. So it binds to certain actions. So you have to build that bridge, but it does the heavy lifting of interpreting what the user says and which it's like an MCP in some ways, I think.
Can you open a new tab and go to Edgar Allan, please? Is that like something that you would use it with?
What's the Allan?
Just Edgar Allan, I think .com. No, the one below. Yeah. So here, they have this agentic mode where you ask something and then it sends the response to an AI, and then you see how you get like these pieces of the UI. All of these are predefined. So from my understanding, or like there's a set of predefined one, and the AI responses with what it best understands. And yeah,
you could work it into this website, I think, but it wouldn't be the same sort of functionality. I think it would literally be, on their form. Let's say get in touch. You could navigate this form with your voice because they've built in the.
But why not for the rest of the website? So instead of typing, controlling this website with voice.
Because you could do that with, say, Whisperflow and say, tell me more about you.
No, but this is not real time.
And this, what do you mean it's not real time?
That's my understanding. Like my understanding is with this ChatGPT, with this GPT 1.5 real time, you would have a mic button. For example, there you would click it and then you talk to the AI and the AI understands your intent and you don't have to press enter. It renders the right side, the UI based on what you want. And then it goes further and further.
Well, okay. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to explain this correctly, but there's two, like the real time happens in the voice, but it would call a defined set of functions or tools or something like that, right? So the real time happens in the voice, whereas what Edgar Allan have right now, the real time happens after you've typed it in. So it's the content itself is dynamic. So whilst you could probably do that using GPT real time, it's not really what it's intended to do, because this is probably RAG storage of some description where it's understood it's both understanding what we're saying, so we could type in a bunch of typos in the text box, but it's all like, I don't think it will always, I don't know, actually. It might not always write the same bit of text. I don't know.
I think it does. I think it does. I think, I think and I might be wrong about this, Mason, if you're watching, you can correct me, but I think the responses are pretty much predefined.
I've just said,
it's the route. Yeah.
So there is an element of, why does Scarecrow win an award? Because it was outstanding in his field. There's still a little bit of AI generated stuff. It's still an AI thing. I wonder if
write me a React component.
Exactly.
What I was thinking, like with the real-time AI, that the AI understand the intent real time. So without you needing to press enter, this conversation could go on, like it shows it to you.
Okay, well, it's starting to.
So now this is a blog article. So this is a specific thing that they have on their website or on their database.
So it is quite limited to the RAG storage.
And on purpose, from my understanding, is like they did they built the entire content and the entire path, and the AI serves the user what it thinks is the best.
Yeah. So like, yeah, there's a middle ground here where I think GPT real time would help, but it wouldn't be getting the most out of it. Just there are probably simpler ways to give this voice interactivity just by using voice to text, just a voice to text model. I think what and again, I'm not saying that Edgar Allan couldn't use GPT real time 1.5. I'm just saying it wouldn't be the best use case to because you're seemingly able to bind to specific functions and actions as opposed to what Edgar Allan do, which is actually it's still probably doing a bit of it's got free reign a little bit to do whatever it needs to do, whereas you're locking voice actions down to specific functions with GPT real time, which has its own set of benefits and whatever. But all that to be said, there's a middle ground here where you could bring voice to this and do a bunch of stuff.
We should send this video to Mason. So if you are watching, we should have Mason on the show, and you can tell us how you made the website, and that would be really cool, and a bunch more about AI. Mason has been talking about AEO a lot lately.
I saw on Yanni's podcast he was on.
Yeah, so that would be cool.
Well, that's all we've got time for, I think.
Yeah.
Join us next week well, actually, no, you won't join us next week because I am going on holiday. I don't know whether you can see, I've got a bunch of clothes back there ready to be rammed into my backpack for a week in Madeira. So we will be back next week after next for everything in AI design and web dev. But go to insights.commandoiashow.com. Let us know what you want out of a community. That would be really cool. I think that's it. That'll do it. I've been Sam.
And I've been Kavarza.
Keep on vibing, motherfuckers.
Peace